Hi, my name is Robert. Welcome to this video about G13 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Adelaide. In this video, we'll talk about some of the benefits of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, about G13 Academy in particular, and also about the history of our master and co-founder, Fabricio Mena. A great video to look at what to look for when choosing an academy. So I'm joined today by one of the founders of G13 Jiu-Jitsu Adelaide, and welcome, Master Fabricio.
Thanks very much. It's great to be here and to have some opportunity to share my knowledge and experience of Jiu-Jitsu through the years.
Fantastic. A lot of questions you get asked during the course of your career now is what is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, so basically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's a ground game that comes from the new Waza game, Judo, so which is basically a grappling game. So we learn all the techniques on how to defend ourselves, especially when you have an attack and you go for the ground game, so you know how to defend yourself, so you're going to have some techniques proper to use it. Absolutely.
And a martial art that's steeped in a lot of history as well, through Japan and America and now in Brazil as well. Is it suitable for adults and kids of any ages, fitness levels and backgrounds?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, since the beginners, intermediate and advanced programs, so we have the opportunity to give a good experience for everyone to understand and learn how is to train Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and to learn the proper techniques through the programs. So we have kids programs, we have women's class, we have the adults class, and it's very good for conditioning and for the mind as well.
Absolutely. And being a parent myself, I certainly understand that the hesitation that some parents might have in relation to getting their kids to start learning a martial art because of injury or being hurt by the kids as well. So what insights can you provide to a parent about the benefits of starting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a younger age?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu helps a lot, especially, as I said previously, for kids. But as soon as they come and they do a trial and they see the environment, especially with the program that we have for the kids, we have a global program for the kids. So each professor and coach and master needs to do an annual course to be able to teach the kids. And then we do, of course, they're going to learn the proper techniques of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but also we bring some games to make more fun, and then we mix it up, all these things, and the kids have fun, and they learn, and they get confidence.
Can you tell us a bit about G13 Jiu-Jitsu Academy?
Yes, absolutely. So we just started our G13 BJJ Adelaide in January of 2016. And so was me and my wife Sabrina. We just decided to create the gym and start and to give more opportunity to people here in Australia to learn about the real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm-hmm. So what made you decide that starting a G13 Adelaide would be a good idea, considering that there's no other G13s in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane? Why Adelaide?
Adelaide, because when I came with Sabrina to Adelaide, we just fell in love of this city. We came from a very big city in Brazil, which is very, very busy. And Adelaide, still small, have a lot of opportunity. We saw a lot of potential here because there is no experienced Brazilians here teaching Jiu-Jitsu. So we saw the opportunity to share with the South Australian community a little bit of our experience.
Yeah, and they've certainly benefited from it. And so about your martial arts journey, can you take us through where did you start and how?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started judo when I was 4 years old, so I was very young. And I started to train judo with my sensei, Masao Shinohara, in Brazil, which is the Academy of Vila Sônia, one of the biggest academies in Brazil. And this sensei, Masao Shinohara, now he's 95 years old, a red belt, and still teaching judo.
Wow, yeah, unbelievable. And so you achieved your black belt in judo, and then when did you start training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, so I achieved my black belt in judo when I was 18 years old, so it was 1997. And I started to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was 12 years old. Actually, I got a little bit of idea before because I have an ankle that introduced me to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was 12 years old. and after I start to train with Master Carlson Gracie. Yeah.
And then you achieved your black belt in about 2007 at the age of 28 as well, and now you're a third degree black belt, which is great. Achieving that black belt in Jiu-Jitsu takes a long time of dedication and focus and commitment, and also being a third degree black belt even more. Can you explain the degrees on the black belt? What do they mean and how long does it take to achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you get your black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, then you have 6 degrees on the black belt. Right? So the 3 first degrees, it's 3 years each. So every 3 years you get a new stripe. So after the 3rd degree, it becomes 5 years each stripe. So
wow.
It means that you're going to have 31 years in black belt.
Wow.
It's a long journey.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. It's a lifetime, isn't it? And how important do you think it's to firstly train at an academy, Jiu-Jitsu academy that has a black belt instructor, and then secondly to then remain loyal to that master you trained under and ultimately who you earned your black belt from?
Yeah. So I started training Jiu-Jitsu, as I said, with Grandmaster Carlson Gracie. Unfortunately, he passed away already, but he was one of the icons in Brazil. And so we call these guys from old school, and we bring a lot of loyalty, respect, and you really stick with your master. So I train with Carlson Gracie, and when I moved to São Paulo, I started to train with my master, Roberto Godoy, which I train to this very date. And so I have more than 20 years training with him. So for me, loyalty and respect for your master is very, very important. And that brings a lot of culture, this culture that comes from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
And would you suggest or recommend to people who are looking to start Jiu-Jitsu or join an academy to do their research on before they commit to a gym or academy or an instructor?
Yes, absolutely. So I recommend also always people train with first a black belt, which is recognized by international federation, or have your accreditation, because it's very important that you train to have a good experience in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's very important that you really go through the true experience. So it's very important the guy has a plan in place and know what he's doing. So needs to come from a very experienced person.
Yes. And about the academy, so about G13 Adelaide, what makes it different? So why should I go to G13, and also what values do you expect from yourself and your students as well?
Yeah. So G13 BJJ Adelaide, it's of course running by myself. So I take the class very, very seriously to be professor on the G13 institution, which is one of the biggest academies in the world. You need to have three kind of courses per year. So we know exactly what we are doing. We have our group, we share the techniques, and we have a very solid program in place. And so it's here in Adelaide, it's very important, I think, if you want to have a very, very good experience and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can find a Brazilian to teach.
Well, thank you for sharing your journey with us today, Master, and for choosing Adelaide, you and Sabrina choosing Adelaide as your home, because we've certainly benefited from having you guys here.
No, it's my pleasure. I'm very, very happy that I have this opportunity to open G13 at BJJ Adelaide here in Adelaide, and we are growing. You know, it's very proud for me see my students learning, and there is no best feeling, you know, when your students are learning and enjoying what they are doing, and especially because they are bringing the concept of the real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu about respect, loyalty, and that kind of stuff for their lives as well, not only in the mats.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us for our video today. We hope you enjoyed it. For more information on G13 Adelaide, go to our Facebook page, G13 Adelaide BJJ, and also visit our Facebook page. And we hope to see you soon on the mats. Thank you.
Thank you.